Have you noticed that your arms don't feel as strong as they used to? Maybe you're struggling to carry groceries that once felt light as a feather. Perhaps you've seen your legs getting thinner, or you feel unsteady when you stand up from a chair. If you're over 75 and experiencing these changes, you're not alone. Millions of older adults face the same challenge every single day. But here's something that might surprise you. What if I told you that the very foods you've been relying on for protein might not be giving your muscles what they actually need? And what if there was a natural, delicious solution hiding in plain sight, one that could help you rebuild strength and confidence in ways you never imagined possible? Before we dive deeper into this topic, I want to make something crystal clear. This video is created purely for educational purposes to help you understand more about nutrition and muscle health as you age. The information I'm sharing today should never replace professional medical advice. Before making any changes to your diet, exercise routine, or stopping any medications, please consult with your doctor or a qualified healthcare provider. Your health is precious, and your medical team knows your individual needs better than anyone. Now, let's explore this fascinating topic together. Let's talk about something that affects nearly every person over 75, yet few people truly understand. It's called sarcopenia, and it's the technical term for age-related muscle loss. Think of your muscles like a garden. When you're young, that garden is lush and thriving, but starting around age 30, if you don't actively tend to it, the garden begins to thin out. By the time you reach your 40s, adults can lose between 4 to 6 pounds of muscle every single decade. Now imagine you're 75 or older. If you haven't been actively working against this process, you might have lost a significant amount of the muscle mass you once had. But why does this happen? Picture your body as a complex factory. Throughout your life, this factory is constantly breaking down old muscle tissue and building new muscle tissue. When you're younger, the building process happens quickly and efficiently. However, as the years pass, several things change. Your hormones shift. Your body becomes less responsive to the signals that tell it to build muscle. Inflammation increases. Your body doesn't absorb and use protein quite as efficiently as it once did. It's like the factory machinery starts running a bit slower, and the communication between different departments isn't as sharp as it used to be. Now here's where it gets really important. Sarcopenia isn't just about looking different or fitting into your clothes differently. This muscle loss can genuinely impact your quality of life. When your muscles weaken, you're more likely to experience falls. Falls can lead to broken bones, which can lead to hospitalization, which can sometimes lead to a loss of independence. The statistics are sobering. Research shows that sarcopenia affects nearly 50% of adults above the age of 80. That's 1 in every 2 people. But here's the good news that I want you to hold on to. This process is not inevitable, and it's never too late to take action. I want you to take a moment and think about your own experience. Have you noticed that getting up from a low chair takes more effort than it used to? Do you find yourself holding onto railings more when you climb stairs? Have simple tasks like opening jars or carrying laundry baskets become surprisingly challenging? If you're nodding your head right now, I want you to know that these experiences are valid, they're real, and most importantly, they can improve. I'd love for you to share in the comments below what country you're watching from and what specific challenges you're facing with muscle strength. Building a community where we can learn from each other is so valuable. For decades, health professionals have told older adults to eat more protein. Eggs, chicken breast, fish, dairy products, these have been the gold standard recommendations, and there's good reason for that. These foods do contain high-quality protein with all the essential amino acids your body needs. But here's what researchers have been discovering in recent years, and this is where things get truly fascinating. Not all proteins work the same way in your body, especially as you age. Your 75-year-old body processes and uses protein differently than it did when you were 30 or 40. Let me explain this in a way that makes sense. When you eat protein, Your body breaks it down into smaller building blocks called amino acids. Think of amino acids like individual bricks. Your body uses these bricks to build and repair muscle tissue. Now there's one particular amino acid called leucine that acts like a master switch. When you consume enough leucine, it signals your muscles to start the building process. It's like flipping on the lights in that factory we talked about earlier, telling all the workers it's time to start construction. Animal proteins like eggs have traditionally been recommended because they contain good amounts of leucine, and they're what we call complete proteins, meaning they have all 9 essential amino acids your body can't make on its own. An egg contains about 6 grams of protein and has been a breakfast staple for generations. But here's what many people don't realize. As you age, your body develops what scientists call anabolic resistance. This means your muscles become less sensitive to the protein you eat. It's like the volume on your body's protein signal has been turned down. You need a stronger, clearer signal to get the same muscle-building response you used to get easily. Now, let me introduce you to something that might change the way you think about protein forever. There are certain fruits and seeds that contain protein with unique properties. These aren't just any ordinary proteins. Some of these plant-based sources contain compounds that work synergistically with protein to support muscle health in ways that go beyond just providing amino acids. They contain antioxidants that fight inflammation. They have fiber that supports gut health, which is crucial for nutrient absorption. They provide minerals like magnesium that help with muscle contraction and relaxation. Let's talk specifically about some remarkable options. Hemp seeds, for example, are one of nature's most impressive protein sources. Just 3 tablespoons of hemp seeds contain about 10 grams of complete protein. Yes, you heard that right, complete protein from a plant source. Hemp seeds contain all 9 essential amino acids in good proportions. But what makes hemp seeds particularly special for older adults is their unique amino acid profile. They're exceptionally rich in an amino acid called arginine, which supports cardiovascular health and helps with blood flow. Better blood flow means better delivery of nutrients to your muscles. Then we have chia seeds, these tiny powerhouses that our ancestors valued so highly. 2 tablespoons of chia seeds provide about 4 grams of protein, but that's just the beginning of their story. Chia seeds contain omega-3 fatty acids that help reduce inflammation throughout your body. Remember how we talked about inflammation being one of the factors in muscle loss? By addressing inflammation, chia seeds create a more favorable environment for your muscles to maintain and build tissue. Plus, chia seeds can absorb up to 12 times their weight in liquid, which helps keep you hydrated. Proper hydration is essential for muscle function, yet many older adults don't drink enough water. Pumpkin seeds deserve special attention as well. A 1/4 cup of pumpkin seeds contains about 9 grams of protein, but pumpkin seeds bring something extra to the table. They're loaded with magnesium, a mineral that plays a crucial role in over 300 biochemical reactions in your body, including protein synthesis and muscle function. Many older adults are deficient in magnesium without even knowing it. Pumpkin seeds also contain zinc, which supports immune function and wound healing, both important as we age. Now, here's where the science gets really interesting. Research has been exploring how plant proteins interact with aging muscles. Studies have shown that when you consume adequate amounts of plant proteins, especially when combined together to ensure all essential amino acids are present in optimal ratios, your body can respond beautifully. The key is understanding that you might need to consume slightly more plant protein compared to animal protein to achieve the same muscle-building effect. But when you do, you're also getting all those additional beneficial compounds that support overall health. Let me paint a picture of how this works in real life. Imagine someone who has been eating eggs for breakfast every day for years. They're getting protein, certainly, but now imagine they start incorporating a morning smoothie with 2 tablespoons of hemp seeds, 1 tablespoon of chia seeds, and a handful of pumpkin seeds blended with some fruit and plant-based milk. Not only are they getting comparable protein, but they're also flooding their body with omega-3 fatty acids, fiber, antioxidants, magnesium, zinc, and numerous other beneficial compounds. Their gut health improves, which means they absorb nutrients better. Their inflammation decreases, which means their muscles can work more efficiently. Their energy levels stabilize throughout the day because the fiber helps prevent blood sugar spikes and crashes. But I need to be completely honest with you about something important. Protein alone, whether from eggs or from seeds, is not a magic solution. Building and maintaining muscle after 75 requires a combination of factors. The single most powerful intervention for muscle loss is resistance exercise. This means using your muscles against resistance, whether that's lifting light weights, using resistance bands, or even doing body weight exercises like wall push-ups or chair squats. When you challenge your muscles through resistance exercise, you create tiny tears in the muscle fibers. Your body then uses the protein you eat to repair those tears, making the muscles stronger in the process. Think of it this way. Protein is like having all the building materials delivered to a construction site. That's essential. You can't build without materials. But exercise is like having the construction crew show up to do the work. You need both. The beautiful thing is that research has consistently shown that adults, even over the age of 75, can make significant gains in muscle mass and strength when they combine adequate protein intake with regular resistance training. Your age doesn't disqualify you from getting stronger. Your muscles retain the ability to respond and grow throughout your entire life. Let me share what typically happens when people start paying attention to their protein intake and begin gentle resistance training. Within the first 2 to 3 weeks, they often notice that they feel stronger, even though actual muscle growth hasn't occurred yet. This initial strength gain comes from neuromuscular adaptation. Your nervous system is learning to recruit muscle fibers more efficiently. It's like your body is remembering how to use the muscles it has. Then, after about 4 to 6 weeks of consistent protein intake and exercise, actual changes in muscle size begin to occur. You might notice that your legs look a bit more defined, or your arms feel firmer. Simple tasks like standing up from a chair or carrying bags become noticeably easier. By 3 months, many people experience significant improvements. They report feeling more confident in their movements. They're not as worried about falling. They have more energy throughout the day. And here's something really special that people often mention. They feel more like themselves again. That sense of capability and independence that might have been slipping away starts to return. It's not about becoming a bodybuilder or looking like you're 20 again. It's about having the strength and stability to live your life on your terms. Now let's talk about safety, because this is absolutely crucial. While plant-based proteins from seeds and fruits are generally very safe and well tolerated, there are some important considerations you need to be aware of. First, if you have any kind of digestive issue, particularly diverticulitis or inflammatory bowel conditions, you need to speak with your doctor before significantly increasing your intake of seeds. Seeds are high in fiber, which is generally wonderful, but if your digestive system is sensitive or compromised, you need to increase fiber gradually and ensure you're drinking plenty of water. Second, some people can have allergies to specific seeds. Hemp seed allergies are rare but possible. If you've never consumed hemp seeds before, start with a small amount and pay attention to how your body responds. The same goes for chia seeds and pumpkin seeds. Any unusual symptoms like itching, swelling, difficulty breathing, or digestive distress should be taken seriously, and you should stop consuming the food and contact your healthcare provider. Third, seeds are calorie dense because they contain healthy fats. This is generally a good thing, especially for older adults who might struggle to consume enough calories. However, if you're watching your weight or if you have specific dietary restrictions, you'll want to be mindful of portion sizes. A little goes a long way. You don't need to consume cups of seeds to get benefits. 2 to 3 tablespoons of various seeds throughout the day can provide significant nutritional value. Fourth, If you're taking blood-thinning medications like warfarin, you should discuss increasing your intake of seeds with your doctor. Some seeds, particularly chia and hemp, contain omega-3 fatty acids that have natural blood-thinning properties. While this is generally beneficial for heart health, it could potentially interact with your medication, and your doctor might need to monitor your blood work more closely. Fifth, if you have kidney disease or have been told to limit your protein intake, this information doesn't apply to you in the same way. People with compromised kidney function need to be very careful about protein intake, and you absolutely must follow your nephrologist's specific recommendations. Don't make changes to your diet without their guidance. So how do you actually implement this information in your daily life? Let me give you some practical, realistic strategies. Start your day by thinking about protein. Many older adults skip breakfast or have something very light like toast with jam. Instead, try creating a simple routine. You could have a bowl of oatmeal topped with 2 tablespoons of ground hemp seeds and a tablespoon of chia seeds, along with some berries. Or you could make a smoothie with plant-based milk, a banana, a handful of spinach for extra nutrients, 2 tablespoons of hemp seeds, and some ice. Blend it until smooth and you've got a protein-rich breakfast that's easy to consume, especially if chewing has become difficult. For lunch and dinner, think about adding seeds to meals you already enjoy. Sprinkle pumpkin seeds over a salad. Mix ground hemp seeds into soup. Add chia seeds to yogurt if you consume dairy. The key is making these foods a regular part of your eating pattern, not something you do occasionally. Consistency is what creates results. Another practical tip is to prepare seeds in advance. You can buy hemp seeds, chia seeds, and pumpkin seeds in bulk, and many people find it helpful to create a custom mix. Combine equal parts of each seed in a jar and keep it easily accessible in your kitchen. Every morning, add a scoop to whatever you're eating. This removes the decision-making process and makes it incredibly easy to stay consistent. Let's talk about realistic expectations, because this is where many people get discouraged. You will not wake up tomorrow with transformed muscles. You will not suddenly feel 30 years younger after a week of eating seeds. Real, lasting change takes time, especially when we're talking about rebuilding muscle tissue in mature bodies. But here's what you can realistically expect. If you start consuming adequate protein from these seed sources, stay consistent with it, drink plenty of water, and incorporate even gentle resistance exercise 2 to 3 times per week, you should start noticing subtle improvements within 4 to 6 weeks. These improvements might be small at first. Maybe you notice that you didn't need to push off your armrest quite as hard to stand up from your chair. Maybe you carried groceries from the car without needing to stop and rest. Maybe you felt a bit steadier when you reached for something on a high shelf. These small wins are incredibly meaningful. They represent real physiological changes happening in your body. Celebrate them. Each small improvement builds on the previous one, creating momentum. By 3 months, the changes typically become more obvious. You might notice that your balance has improved. Activities that felt challenging now feel manageable. You might have more endurance for walking or doing household tasks. Your clothes might fit differently as muscle replaces lost tissue. And psychologically, you might feel more confident and optimistic about your health. These emotional and mental benefits are just as important as the physical ones. I want to emphasize something that often gets overlooked in discussions about nutrition and aging. Your gut health plays an enormous role in how well you absorb and use protein. If your digestive system isn't functioning optimally, you could be eating all the right foods but still not getting the full benefit. The fiber content in seeds supports gut health by feeding beneficial bacteria. These bacteria help with nutrient absorption, support immune function, and even influence inflammation throughout your body. So when you're eating hemp, chia, and pumpkin seeds, you're not just providing protein, you're creating conditions that allow your body to use that protein more effectively. Hydration is another crucial factor that deserves attention. Protein metabolism requires water. Your muscles are approximately 75% water. When you're even mildly dehydrated, muscle function suffers. Many older adults don't feel thirsty the way they did when they were younger, so they don't drink enough fluids. Make a conscious effort to sip water throughout the day. A good strategy is to fill a large water bottle in the morning and make it a goal to finish it by evening. If plain water doesn't appeal to you, try adding a slice of lemon or cucumber for flavor. Sleep is a key part of muscle health. Your body repairs and rebuilds tissue while you sleep. Without quality rest, protein synthesis drops and muscle recovery slows down. If you struggle with sleep, address it. Improve your sleep routine, go to bed at the same time, reduce screen use at night, and keep your room cool and dark. If problems continue, speak with a healthcare provider. Conditions like sleep apnea may need proper treatment. Strong muscles require proper rest. Now let's talk about cost. Seeds may look expensive at first. A bag of hemp or pumpkin seeds can cost more than common grocery items. But when you break it down per serving, they're affordable. One bag lasts many days and provides concentrated nutrition. To save money, buy in bulk, look for discounts, or compare online prices. Warehouse stores often offer better value. Think long term. Investing in nutrition today reduces health costs tomorrow. What about taste? Some people enjoy the nutty flavor of seeds immediately. Others need time to adjust. Start small and experiment. Ground hemp seeds have a mild taste and blend easily into oatmeal, yogurt, or smoothies. Chia seeds are almost flavorless when mixed into foods. Pumpkin seeds have a stronger flavor but taste great roasted with light seasoning. Find combinations you enjoy so consistency becomes easy. Be creative with how you use them. Mix ground seeds with dates and nut butter to make simple energy balls. Blend pumpkin or hemp seeds into homemade seed butter. Add chia seeds to soups or stews as a natural thickener. Sprinkle seeds over salads, eggs, or cereal. The more ways you use them, the easier it is to stick with the habit long term. Can you eat too much? Moderation is important. 2 to 4 tablespoons of mixed seeds per day is generally enough. Eating excessive amounts may cause digestive discomfort due to high fiber content. Increase gradually and listen to your body. Adjust if needed. Consistency matters more than quantity. The empowering part of this approach is control. You don't need a prescription to improve your nutrition. Every meal is a choice. Each time you add nutrient-dense food to your plate, you support your muscles, strength, and independence. You are actively shaping your health. Change can feel overwhelming, especially if your eating habits haven't changed in years. Don't overhaul everything overnight. Start with one meal. Breakfast is a good option. Add 1 tablespoon of seeds daily. Once that becomes routine, add them to another meal. Small, sustainable habits create lasting results. If meal prep feels tiring, simplify. Prepare overnight oats once a week and portion them into containers. Make smoothie packs in advance and freeze them. Convenience increases consistency. Making healthy eating easier is a smart strategy. If you live with family, involve them. Nutrient-rich meals benefit everyone. When everyone participates, cooking becomes simpler and accountability improves. Shared health goals strengthen relationships. Aging and strength also have an emotional side. Losing muscle can feel discouraging, but small daily actions rebuild confidence. Every healthy choice reinforces your independence and self-respect. You prove to yourself that your health matters. Community support can help too. Connect with others focused on staying strong. Share recipes, tips, or light exercise sessions. Social connection improves consistency and overall well-being. Remember, building muscle after 75 is about function, not appearance. It's about preventing falls, maintaining balance, and protecting independence. Strength allows you to move freely and enjoy life. Take one simple step. Buy a bag of seeds and add a tablespoon to breakfast tomorrow. Repeat daily. Build the habit. Stay consistent. You have more control than you think. Muscle loss is not inevitable. With proper nutrition, hydration, sleep and movement, you can maintain strength for years to come. Keep investing in your health. It's worth it.